Archana, so very proud to have you with us, Archana. Archana is our diamond member and she has now achieved the Hall of Fame. So, Archana, all yours. Please do inspire us with your story.
Sure. Thank you so much, Ruma, for this. And I would really love to share my experience and my story. And you know what? I don't know how much time I have to share, but I would really like to go a little from my background, from my childhood. When Ruma says I faced the humiliation, right? I faced it in every stage of my life. So I just want to share that pain a little. So then you would be able to understand my joy today and what Navita has done for me, what my fairy godmother Ruma has done for me. You'll be able to understand that. So I was always, as even as a child, I was pretty chubby and plump, and I was born and brought up in Darjeeling. My parents were there, and Darjeeling is like 90% of population is the Nepalese people, and they're very slim and trim. So I was one of the odd ones out in my school, in my class, and I always faced this with friends, and wherever I went, I was not at all confident. What you see right now, I was not this person. I was a very introvert person, where all my friends and people used to always I had that fear. I don't know whether at times they did humiliate me, but I also had that fear that what would people say if I wear this and go, or I won't look like this. I used to feel so bad. And my own family, my close relatives also did that with me, where if I wore something like, if I loved wearing jeans, I always try to wear Western clothes, right? And they used to say like, this doesn't suit you, why are you wearing this? This doesn't suit you, why are you wearing, in front of everybody, so I had that. You can understand my confidence level at that time. So when I was, and I'm a Marwadi, and Marwadi girls are supposed to be fair, which I am not. They are supposed to be slim, which I am not. No matter that I am educated, I am a software engineer, and I was earning well even at that time. That was not a factor to be considered. Okay, so like Roma, you mentioned, right? That should was there with the family members. So I mean, my husband, like we were actually dating at that time, but again, those should parameters that I mean, business was fine, but there were a lot of factors where my parents were not happy for that. So they started looking for alliances, and there were people, mediators who were looking for alliances. I still remember one phone call to me where they said that, they asked me, what is your weight? And at that time my weight was 72. So that person, who was my mother's cousin, he said, no, this is very high weight, you cannot get married like this, you need to reduce your weight. Boys may not be Salman Khan, but all of them want Aishwarya. This was the line that man told me. You can imagine what it did to me, right? And that was the time I joined the LCC, and I lost a lot of weight, more than 10-15, around 10 to 15 kgs. And I got married. I mean, I was, but finally they agreed, and I'm lucky my husband doesn't believe in that that you should be slim. He loves me as if I was at 60, he loved me. I was at 103, he still loved me same. That didn't change. So I was lucky in that aspect. And I'm lucky that finally I married the right person. I made the right decision of marrying the right person rather than listening to my parents. Right. So and now coming to that, I got married. I was 62 and everything was fine. My mother-in-law was happy that my daughter-in-law is slim. But within 1 year, because that was not a healthy way of losing weight, within 1 year, I was back to 75. And my mother-in-law was like, what happened? How come? Why did you just bloat up again? So again, I started facing the same things, but it went on. And then finally, after my second kid, in 2016, my weight went up to 103 kgs. And I started facing all those things. And then one of my family friends was a dietitian. She started helping me out. Then this is the thing about the diets, what Ruma says, that don't fall for these kind of things. I fell for that. I joined her. She gave me the meal plans. I joined in 2019 in January, and by 2020, I lost almost 19 kgs. I was down to 84. But after that, it started bouncing back. From 84, even after following those diets, I started, moving to back from 84. And again, in somewhere in 2020, again, I went back to 87. And she also got frustrated that whatever I do, your weight is not reducing. I got frustrated. I left it. I bounced to 89. I tried some other dietitians. They also gave up. Then again, I went back to her. Again, she tried. And then again, same story happened. 1 year I did, it came down to 84, again bounced back. So imagine, after losing 19 kgs, I was suffering from last 3 years to go below that. And after that, I started giving up, that maybe not 75. And my goal was 75, not even my BMI, because I didn't know that I have to go there, right? It was 75. And I thought, okay, forget it. Let me become 80 also. No, still it didn't happen. And finally this year, April 23, I completely gave up. I said, forget it. let's see. But I continued with my walk and a few exercises, but probably I didn't know the right way of doing that. So it did not help me at all. And I was so frustrated. I started looking for any and every program that came my way. I started, looking into that, because, every place I went, the relatives were like, no, your weight has again increased. No, you should reduce. I mean, people don't even think twice before telling you that passing that judgment. So my kid was like, mom, why are you so obsessed with your weight? You are good as you are. I mean, I am so thankful to God for my husband and my kids, that they are, that you are pretty to us, you're beautiful to us. Why are you so obsessed? I said, no, I have to. But then I started having knee pains and everything. So I thought that it's not only about looking, but obviously I need to be healthy for my kids. They're still young. Right. So then I saw something, the program from US. I'm sure lots of people would have seen on Facebook that program, you lose so many pounds in 11 days and so on. But I was very skeptical about that. I was like, no, I don't know whether I should do this or not. Then finally, once I went to this very popular app. I mean, I won't name it here, but I was like, okay, fine, I'll go for this. I talked to them, and all things happened, and they really convinced me that no, you'll be able to reach 75, okay, not BMI. You will be able to reach 75. It's okay. We'll do this, that. And they convinced me fully. I talked to my husband. He was like, see, if you're convinced, you go for it. I decided, trust me. I registered on their app. I registered everything. I went to the payment link. I pressed on the payment link. My card failed on that payment. That it's your card is not registered for online transactions. I was like, what the hell? How can this happen? So I told them, okay, fine, it's not working right now. But they were like, no, within today our offer will go and all that. No, I said, okay, I'll come back and register. But something clicked here, that it's a universal sign. Don't sign up for this. Otherwise, why would have my card failed? Right. And I believe in this universe a lot. The universe tells you something. You should be ready to hear it. So I believe that no, this is not the right thing for me. Let's not do it. And that day at night, I was so frustrated. I used to keep scrolling through these whatever I used to get on Facebook and Instagram, for these fitness things. And that is where I found my fairy godmother Ruma and her free webinar. And I said, okay, let's attend this. It's a free webinar. Let's go ahead and attend it. I attended it. It was 25th of June, Sunday. I attended that webinar. And I was like, the thing that actually caught my attention was not focusing on just your weight. It's not about weights. It's your health, and more about that, your mind, right? Your way, your approach, how you do things. So that's why I signed up for that. But 1 week I couldn't go through these, sessions and everything. I started it on 3rd of July. And actually, my journey started from 3rd of July. I started with a weight of 90. I reached 90 again by then. And today, as of today, I'm standing at 79.5. 14 years, this is the first time I have seen my weight below 80. And, I again joined here also with a target of, 75. But then Ruma told me, no, that's not your target. Your target is BMI, which means my target is 59. So I have 21 more to go, and I will do it. I'm dead sure of that. So after, I joined the silver membership in the first week. I completed all my sessions in the first week itself, because I was so, geared up for it. And I lost 1.5 kgs after eating full meals, because my dietitian, the diet I was following, most of the time nights, I was just eating either salads, or I was eating fruit and milk, or I was having salt free. And whenever my weight went up, that, it was always, she used to always say, you do salt free. So I used to have salt-free dinner, or once a week, I used to have salt-free diet. And then she said, you eat senda namak and all that. So I actually now see how that caused issues for me, because in May, when I did my health checkup, my thyroid went up for the first time in life, probably because I was doing such a lot of salt-free and senda namak, which doesn't have iodine. So it was not healthy for me. And then I think now that I realize the difference, I was losing muscles, not fat. I now feel it. So it was not helping me. So now I see that I'm eating. I used to be scared of eating, right? And now I'm eating full meals and I'm losing 1.5 kg. Seriously, that was like bliss for me. And somehow, again, universal sign, my luck, that within that week, we had this opportunity of joining the Diamond Lifetime membership. And when I explained the whole Diamond membership, like, it's not only about health and weight, it's about your mind, your overall holistic growth as a person. My husband also really liked that, that because he knows I get scared very fast. I panic a lot. I take stress a lot. So when he read through that, even he felt that, no, this thing should be good for me. He said, go for it. No worries, you go for it. I really like it. I said, okay. And I just took that decision, and I did. And that was the best decision of my life for sure. I didn't know whether I was taking the right decision or the wrong, but I just took it. And then, after joining this, I had this whole exercise the phase wise exercise. I was so impressed to see that. And I had that direction, that what direction I need to take, not only for today or tomorrow, but for this whole 6 weeks in 7 phases. So that was like really amazing. And I diligently follow because it's there in the form of a plan, Monday this, Wednesday this, Tuesday this. That plan I follow diligently because I have that blueprint, the meal plans, and especially the NLP sessions and meditation. And when I joined Healthathon in October, it just changed, because in September somehow I started getting a little more complacent there. Probably I was losing that energy, but Healthathon got me back on track. I never imagined I would do exercises when I am on Karwa Chauth fast. I'm doing exercise on my Hoi fast. Diwali is such a big, huge festival. All through Diwali, I did not miss exercises even on one day. That was the power of Healthathon and power of this whole mindset that you have to do it. And then again, now I joined this 21 December challenge because I was left with 200 grams to reach Hall of Fame, and then I joined this and I reached that. So, that once you set your mind to it, nothing can stop you. So I know nothing will stop me to achieve that 21 kgs more. And Ruma, it's all thanks to you. Even that last 1 month has been very stressful for me at work. So I'm, like I mentioned, I'm a software engineer, right? So I'm working as a delivery manager in an IT company, and my job is like really stressful. I work very data because of US customers, right? But still, this, I never thought I could, follow everything. And even while doing my job, that was one of that fear that maybe I will not be able to get time. But I made time. I don't know how, but I did it, right? And I am able to take that time, but I'm still able to give in to my job. And with this stress in the last 1 month, with those meditations that I got into that consistent habit of meditations with Healthathon, it showed me how to remain calm. It's like that calm that I feel these days is very different from what I was earlier. So it's not only about exercise or meal, but this is that mental peace is there for me right now. I don't lose that calm. I feel like it shows me a way that, okay, this happened, okay, fine, there is a solution, think over it. Like last night also I was stressed because we were facing some issue, right? And today was the only day when we could resolve that issue. But in the morning, when I was doing my morning walk and I did my meditation, it clicked that, okay, this, you cannot resolve how you're saying this, but there's another way. You talk to the customer and see why they do want to do it this way. If they do it a different way, it all gets resolved. So that kind of thing. So it's not only my health and weight, it's changed how I think. So that is a very big thing. Just last week I was a little stressed out, and that day I actually broke down a little because of my stress after a very long time. The first thing my husband was like, is this what Ruma is teaching you? No, right? Why are you forgetting what she studied? She taught you this, right? And why are you forgetting? So the kind of trust my family has in you is amazing. And seeing me, my husband has started doing regular yoga and walk. My brother, who never went for a walk, he realized and he started going for walks with me in the morning since last 3-4 months. So it's like not only me who's impacted, it's my whole family. So thank you so much, Ruma. I cannot thank you enough for what you've done for me and my family. Seriously.
Oh my God, this is amazing. Everybody, IJM Archana in the comment box. And Archana, your story is such a beautiful representation of when a woman grows, the family grows.
Absolutely.
You decided that, I am going to make time no matter what, whether escalations at office, whether there is Diwali, whether there is Karwa Chauth, it was all a decision. And your
Absolutely.
actions,
Yeah.
otherwise your actions came from there. If it was only a desire, actions would not have come. So can we give lots of love to Archana in the comment box, please? That one decision has actually changed not just her life, but her family's life also. And that is what.
Just one more thing I would like to mention, and I'm talking about like family impact. It's not only like the elders in the family, the impact that I'm having on my kids. My son is 13, he's turning 13 next week. He sees that, and he is one of my exercise buddy. Yeah, I shared some videos also, right? He does that exercise with me, and he teaches me the postures and everything. And he sees, he says, I'm getting inspired with you. So he shows me his exercises, I show him mine, and then we share that. And he also, he started seeing the difference with the healthy food. He used to eat a lot of junk. So he told me now that today he'll be back from his trip. After this trip, I'm not going to eat any junk food. I'll eat healthy like you. So, it's like overall impact on the family. So it's great.
Amazing, amazing. Lots of love to Archana, please. Yes. Thank you so much, Archana. It was such an inspiring story. And what you've gone through from your childhood and today where you are, I'm sure it is those people who talk down on you, it's without even saying a word, just with your actions, you've given your answer.
Absolutely.
Wonderful, wonderful. Great. Very, very proud of you, Archana, that and very honored to have you as part of our community. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ruma.
Thanks. All right. And I see, all right.